This is Larisa Shepitko. She's 36 years old, and this is the last film she would ever make. It's called The Ascent. It's a film so cold, so spiritual, and so painfully human that it feels like it's been carved out of ice. It's an anti-war film, but not the kind you've ever seen. Because this is not a story about soldiers or victories. It's about souls, and how they fracture and ascend when placed under unbearable pressure. When The Ascent premiered, it shook the Soviet film world. Tarkovsky called it a masterpiece. It won the Golden Bear at Berlin, and just 2 years later, her director was gone, killed in a car crash while scouting her next film. This is The Ascent. And this is the story of how a woman made one of the greatest anti-war films ever, and paid the ultimate price for it. Chapter 1. The Cold. Belarus, 1942. Two Soviet partisans are wandering through a frozen wasteland. They're starving, freezing, hunted. Their names are Sotnikov and Rybak. One is frail, sickly, almost saint-like. The other is strong, desperate to survive. Together, they search for food and hope, and find neither. The snowstorm is real. The frost you see on their faces isn't makeup. The actors filmed in sub-zero temperatures with cameras freezing mid-shot. Shepitko wanted truth. She wanted the audience to feel the cold, not as scenery, but as judgment. Because The Ascent isn't about war. It's about the test of the human spirit when every comfort, warmth, faith, even morality is stripped away. Chapter 2. The Woman Who Saw Death Too Soon. Larisa Shepitko was born in Artemovsk, Ukraine, during one of the darkest decades in Soviet history. Her father was a military officer who abandoned the family. Her mother raised 3 children alone during the war. They survived bombings, hunger, and occupation. At 16, Larisa entered the VGIK Film School in Moscow under the mentorship of Alexander Dovzhenko, one of Soviet cinema's great visionaries. He told her, "Film must come from the depths of your soul. Otherwise, it's better not to make it." And that's exactly how she lived. From the start, Shepitko was fierce. Her student films nearly killed her, literally. During the making of Heat in 1963, she contracted hepatitis in the deserts of Central Asia and was flown out in critical condition. But she finished the movie anyway. Her drive was unmatched. Her camera didn't look at people. It searched through them. And while most Soviet directors were men making films about power, Larisa made films about pain. Chapter 3. The Making of The Ascent. By 1976, Shepitko had already made several acclaimed films, but The Ascent was something else, a culmination of everything she believed about life, death, and faith. It was based on a novella called Sotnikov by Vasyl Bykov about 2 partisans captured by the Nazis. But Shepitko transformed it into something biblical. She told her crew, "This isn't a war film. It's the story of Golgotha." She saw Sotnikov as a Christ figure ascending through suffering, and Rybak, the strong one, as Judas who betrays his friend to survive. The production was brutal, filmed in the real snowfields near Murom, Russia, under temperatures that dipped below -20 degrees Celsius. The actors suffered frostbite, crew members collapsed from exhaustion, and yet Shepitko refused to fake anything. When actor Boris Plotnikov hesitated before his character's execution scene, she whispered to him, "Don't act, just be ready to die." Her husband, Elem Klimov, yes, the same Klimov who would later direct Come and See, visited the set. He described it as a kind of sacred ritual. Chapter 4. Faith and Betrayal. The heart of the Ascent lies not in its action, but in silence. In those long, haunting close-ups where faces tremble between fear and revelation. Sotnikov refuses to betray his comrades. Rybak breaks. One ascends, the other falls into a hell of guilt. It's not heroism, it's not patriotism. It's something far deeper, the moral anatomy of the soul when stripped bare. Shepitko said, "I wanted to show that even when man is deprived of everything, food, warmth, life, he still has a choice, and that choice defines him." Chapter 5. The Legacy. When The Ascent was released in 1977, audiences were stunned into silence. It won the Golden Bear at the Berlin Film Festival. It was praised by critics, poets, and even priests. But for Larisa, it was only the beginning. She had already started preparing her next film, Farewell. Another story about sacrifice and faith. And then, tragedy. While scouting locations, Shepitko's car crashed. Everyone inside was killed instantly. She was 41. Her husband, Elem Klimov, finished her unfinished film in her memory, and years later, he made Come and See, carrying the same spirit, the same philosophy that she had given him. Make every film as if it's your last.
Chapter 6. The Ascent Lives On.
Today, The Ascent feels like a vision, cold, luminous, eternal. It's not about Soviet heroes, it's about the crucifixion of the human soul in the snow. It's about what remains when there's nothing left but conscience. The Ascent isn't just a film about death, it's a film about transcendence, and it was made by a woman who lived and died for truth.